Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a revolutionary change to something you see literally every single day, the tires on our cars. We're talking about a material that's just one atom thick, but it's completely reinventing the wheel. And the results? They're staggering. So let me ask you this. What if your tires could last way longer and make your car safer? It sounds a little like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. This one single material is making it a reality. And honestly, it's shaking up a technology that has barely changed in over 100 years. And we already have the proof. Independent road tests are in, and get this. These new graphene-enhanced tires show a mind-blowing 30% increase in wear resistance. That means they last so much longer. But, it's not just about longevity. They also cut down on something called rolling resistance. That's basically the energy a tire wastes just trying to keep moving. And they cut it by an incredible 23%. So why should you care about that? Well, because that huge drop in wasted energy translates directly to a 3 to 4% improvement in fuel economy. We're talking real money back in your pocket and fewer emissions every single time you get behind the wheel.
But to really get why this is such a game changer, we need to take a quick look at the huge, fundamental problem with the tires we're all driving on today. For decades, tire engineers have been stuck, absolutely trapped in what they call the magic triangle. It's this constant, frustrating trade-off. See, if you make a tire more fuel efficient, you almost always sacrifice wet grip, which is obviously critical for safety. If you try to make it last longer, you might hurt both fuel efficiency and grip. It's a battle you just can't win. And the real villain at the heart of this problem? It's heat. Every time your tire rolls, it flexes over and over. That motion creates friction inside the tire between the rubber and its fillers, and that generates a ton of heat. All that heat is just wasted energy, and what's worse, it actively breaks down the tire and makes it wear out faster. All right, so let's get to the good part. Let's look at the breakthrough and see how scientists are finally solving this heat problem with a true wonder material. Enter graphene. Now, what is it? Well, imagine a sheet of carbon atoms that is only one single atom thick. That's it. And its properties are just insane. It's the strongest material ever tested, it's super lightweight, and it's a phenomenal conductor of heat. This picture really shows you how fundamental graphene is. You can think of it as the mother of all these other cool carbon materials. You can roll this 2D sheet up to make a carbon nanotube, or you can fold it into a little sphere called a fullerene. It all starts with this one amazing layer. Okay, but there was a huge roadblock. Chemically, graphene and rubber are kind of like oil and water. They just refuse to mix. So when they first tried to blend them, the graphene would just clump up, which you can imagine actually made the tire weaker, not stronger. The solution was a really brilliant three-step process. First, scientists started with a slightly different version, graphene oxide, which has these handy little oxygen atoms they could work with. Then, they attached a special molecule to it that acts like a tiny chemical bridge. And finally, during the tire-making process, this little bridge latches on and forms an incredibly strong superbond with the rubber. And just look at the difference. It's night and day. On the left, that's the old way. You can see how the graphene just clumps together. But on the right, with that new molecular bridge, the graphene spreads out perfectly. It creates a completely unified, incredibly powerful new material. So what does this perfectly bonded graphene-reinforced rubber actually do? Well, let's take a look at the pretty incredible lab results. The new composite, which the researchers called S3, showed a massive jump in both tensile strength and tear strength. Now, what does that mean in plain English? It means the rubber itself is just way more resistant to all the stretching and tearing that wears out a normal tire. Now, remember that big enemy we talked about, heat? Well, this is a computer simulation showing the temperature inside a tire as it's rolling down the road. Those bright red areas? Those are the hot spots where energy is being wasted and the tire is getting damaged. And the result of that superbond is just amazing. The graphene tire ran a staggering 18.2% cooler. By slashing that internal friction, the tire stops fighting itself. It directly attacks that core problem of wasted energy and wear and tear. And here's the kicker. This isn't just some experiment stuck in a lab. A key industry partner confirmed that this new material has excellent processability. That's industry speak for, we can actually make this stuff at scale. This technology is ready to hit the road.
So, this breakthrough is moving fast. And it's not just a cool idea, it's already powering a massive global market. Right now, in 2024, the market for graphene tires is already worth $1.5 billion, but it's projected to just explode, growing at nearly 24% every year to hit over $8 billion by 2033. That is incredible growth. And this isn't some fringe technology either. We are talking about a complete industry shift. Every big name you can think of, Goodyear, Michelin, Pirelli, Bridgestone, they are all pouring money into this, trying to bring this technology to everyone.
So, at the end of the day, this technology completely shatters that old magic triangle. It gives us tires that are longer lasting, more fuel efficient, and safer, all at the same time. It's reinvented the wheel. So the real question is, what part of our world will this wonder material transform next?